Hey guys, my name is Yak and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in Cities Skylines. Guys, last episode we did some beautiful expansions and created a few extra bridges and some kind of general job increasement too. We added a little bit of industry into, created a little bit more employment to the region, and we kind of expanded over to more of the desert area that we have set up near the oil plant. Now today I want to try and create a small little town, an isolated town from the whole entire world, which is really only accessible if you have a vehicle. We're going to do no public transport over there. We're just going to do an isolated desert town in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be pretty cool, something unique and different to FoolTopia, and I wonder how it's going to grow and what it's going to turn out to be. It's kind of pretty fun. But guys, if you enjoy FoolTopia and want to see more of it in the future, then make sure you smash that like button down below, because it's going to be pretty damn cool. Anyway guys, I've done some changes to the bridges. I've turned it into a highway rather than just that 4-lane road. One, it increases the speed limit, and you could argue, Seniac, you can increase the speed limit anyway, but I kind of changed to this anyway because it has some different characteristics, and because of the higher speeds too, they might pick this as a quicker route because they can now drive faster. The highway ends here as they approach normal road of the export area, and then as they get out of this area, it turns to highway again. I've kind of changed this whole intersection. I thought to myself, why don't we do something completely different that I've never tried before, because we have the room and we know this is not going to be a heavily used interchange. So why don't we just go with it then? So we've got 4 turn-off points, but none of them touch, because if you want to go, if you come in this way and you want to go that way, you've got to hit this one and go off there. If you want to go that way, you come up, hit that, and go down and round. So you never cross roads, so it keeps traffic flowing. I mean, I've kind of over-engineered this for how little traffic we currently have. But more importantly, it then merges into a single-lane highway that we're going to brush all the way out somewhere and then slowly build our town. It's going to be pretty dope. So let's take it from here, and let's actually kind of like do some characteristics to it. So I want to kind of bend it up like this for no particular reason. I feel like this is a little bit too much, don't you think? The way it goes round there. So now I'm just being ridiculous. Sediak, calm down, boy. You had something good for a second there. Now you're just being stupid. Right, we'll just go for a simple bend anyway. So we bring this up to about there, and then we'll bend it this way and have it go that way. There we go. So the closest to civilization this area is going to be, to be honest with you, I think we checked it out last episode. There is no, the closest residential is just here and here. There is no residential on this side. So if there's any jobs available at the oil industry, let me just check if there is. There is. They might get taken up by the people who are going to be living here. So we've got this kind of highway road that kind of slightly bends down. There you go. And then we'll have a little turn off. And do I do it as a highway road as well? You know what? Why not? So if I do it as a highway, or should we do like a normal straight road? Yeah, let's go for a normal straight road. Where this, again, we don't really have traffic to that degree. So if I bring this up, and this is like the main street of the little kind of isolated town that we have. Now we'll set up what's going to be known as our little shopping district for this area. It's really like a high street, isn't it? So if I bring it up by 5, and by 30 down there, and we'll do the same on this side. And then we kind of slightly push that back there. Push this back a little bit. Let's go up to there. We'll kind of push this middle section out more than any other part that we're going to have. So I do this, do this. I'm trying to create my little zone.
So I want it to be slightly different to each side. There we go. You know, we'll push this up a little bit further too. So this is the layout. Now we just simply got to sprawl it out at this point. So by sprawling it, shows you where the city ends, and we'll have like some even though I've got quite a few little roads in, we're not gonna like zone all of them. So you can really tell that the city then stops growing because there's nothing to grow the city anymore. If that makes sense. Well, that was the perfect spot there, wasn't it? Yeah. So if I go by 15 here. Let's go by another 5. Stick it out by 15. So you we almost had like a sprawling metropolis. But then this little town just simply stopped growing. People stopped coming. And then it ended. It just simply ended like that. And what we can also do is we can pretend we had like an old train line that ran through this area, which would be kind of dope as well. And let's say it runs like parallel to, not parallel, sorry, runs, oh, this is going to be quite difficult to do. Can I just kind of, I've anarchied it going through like that, the side of the road. So there once was a train line that ran through this area. It's like an old Wild West town, isn't it? That now just kind of goes nowhere. It's abandoned. I can maybe hook it up eventually, and then maybe trains will pass through. But there won't be a train stop or anything like that. This is just what it is. And then we have a couple of little places along the side of the road or whatnot. This is quite cool. I like this. I like this. So, right, let's go to the terrain anyway. So we could get a couple of big rocks. I know we have like this stuff. I don't know if that is a little bit too much over the top for this area. But I think it is like in the Wild West, isn't it? It's a shame we can't get bigger versions, to be honest. But if I stick a couple in the distance, it's very tropical, these are. I didn't realize they had vegetation and trees around them. Does it go? Do you know what? We'll add them in. I'll add them in, right? And then we'll just kind of see what it looks like in the long run. That's the entrance to this area. It's a little bit funky, don't you think? I think it looks a little bit funky. Is that sand or is that gravel? That's sand, isn't it? Yeah. Do we have like a gravel option? We have clip, we have pavement, gravel. It looks like dirt, doesn't it? Yeah, if I make this a little bit bigger. How does it look for that area? Ooh, undo. Oh no, I can't undo. Right, I'm looking for like a really nice brush. Let me just see these brushes. That's a bit too much. See, that could kind of work. We've got a smiley face. Yay. I'm looking for something really like... That's too... Oh, I can put that in a brush stroke, couldn't I? No, even the brush stroke doesn't change it much, does it? No. No. This creates squares, which is slightly annoying. I'm just trying to create... I mean, I can always then do it with the sand, can't I? I'm trying to create like a... Stop doing that, you fool. Like where the gravel then merges away. But I feel like I do that with the sand, because that's kind of like a mud. This isn't, to a degree. And that kind of conforms to brush strengths. Oh wait, no, it's an overlay, isn't it? I always forget it's an overlay. So I kind of do have to like... What's a star like? So if I do that around the edges... Even though it's like a star pattern... Right, that kind of gives a texture I'm after. Kind of get rid of that. So the gravel is like, you know, it's this town in the desert has been heavily walked on. They've dug up gravel for the past, the buildings and whatnot where they use it. It would all come together when we get like a little town built in with this. So actually, we need to give it the water and stuff first, don't we? Well, let me drop water in. There we go on that side. Okay, all right. Water's in. We'll connect it to there. Now we don't have any power, so what are we going to use for some power then? I mean, we could do some really, really long power lines. That would be cool. So let's get the commercial setup first. So we're going to do it in stages. Like we have a block there. If I pause it for a second, a block of 2, a block of 3. So the stores next to each other. Like that. It'd be interesting to see what side of the road that they picked and choose to go on. And then we do like a couple of stores here, there, and everywhere. So this is how we're really going to build up this town. So do some more commercial here. I'll do larger ones on the ends of the road. Let's do the odd one on this side against the train tracks. There we go. So that's the commercial side to it, which would be kind of cool. And then we'll do some residential. So we do stuff like, I think it's cool to zone it like this. Oh, there we go. Because then you get that distinctive feel to the area, don't you, really? So we'll do a few more of this then. So bam. Wabam. Bam. And because we're in like a desert area, you're going to have these big, like, almost like ranches, like ranch houses. I mean, I'm not sure what the correct, I'm thinking Americanist style. I'm not sure what the correct term is, like big manor houses. Not plantation houses, but you know, you get those like, you know, you would go to like the middle of nowhere, and then the house, because this land is so abundant, there's so much land available, they just build ridiculous sized houses, don't they? Like bigger than what they need. Country houses. Is that what I'm trying to think of? I don't actually know what I'm trying to think of. I'm just going off like movies and stuff. And then we do need to build some smaller lots as well. And I think the smaller lots will kind of appear slightly outwards of town as the sprawl slowly starts, like, kind of slows down. So closer to the commercial is where we have like the larger lots. There we go. I'm actually quite excited to see this come to life. I really am. Alright, that's cool for that one side of town there. Now, I will throw in some industry because you got to think like, you know, they will have a little like industrial area. Maybe there's a couple of garages in this town. Little, you know, kind of depots where they ship stuff in for the commercial stuff. So we do have to get a couple of that in. I think I'll get it on this side. So again, I kind of want to do the same thing, like these little gaps and whatnot. And then we do like smaller units on the back. And then we do like a larger one there, which kind of separates all this slightly. That's actually going to be kind of cool. And we can do like some smaller units as well. I don't know why, but I'm kind of excited to get this all up and running. But yeah, I'm probably going to need a lot more residential. Should we slowly start to like simulate it now and build it? Let's just go over it and just kind of see what happens. Right, it has water. It doesn't have any power, this area, just yet. So we see how that kind of evolves. How much demand? Okay, we've got some demand as well to play around, so it should be okay. I'll make this a lot smaller on this side. A couple of large ones there. So yeah, you can see how it sprawls out, and I like that. I like that about this area. Right, they're gonna need power then in this little section. I don't know about these rocks. I don't know. We might do a little lake, a little lazy river or something. That'd be cool. Right, yeah, they're gonna need power then. So let's actually fast forward where I can grow a little bit more, and hopefully then the power of this whole little mini town connects together. What's the best way to do this? Do I give it its own little power? I could give it its own. I mean, I don't know if to give it its own little power plant or just kind of connect it to the power lines. How would it look if I ran power lines parallel to the train tracks as if it was the overhead thing? If that makes sense. That looks like it's the, you know, you get the rails above a train track. That's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? If I delete that to there for a second, and then I can pretty much just take it with me over to here. And that's going to be connected to that whole little section. What power does it have over here? Oh, it's connected to the main grid. Okay, nice. So you actually don't really see the power lines, because it looks like it's the wires above the train tracks, which is cool. And look at these small little individual buildings. It reminds me of, you know, well, especially this building here from a distance. It looks like it's like a, you know, a building you'll see in the Wild West. It's kind of cool. Right. Let's give it like a little park and stuff like that anyway. Now, I know we have some good versions of this, like the Life and Death Fountain. I think that's a bit too far. Lungs of the City. That's too big. Or have I used them in other places? I think I've used them in other places, so we'll just stick to like normal parks then. So I'm looking for like the smallest one we've got at hand, which will be this one. And I think we'll stick this. So it'd be nice to stick it there, but then what are the sizes like? Now we'll stick with this anyway. Put a little park there. And then do we have something that could really kind of see a baseball, like that small little baseball field? That's like this little inner town's only thing they've got going for them. They got Little League. Is that what they call it? Little League? Have it near the industrial area, like there. Bam. There we go. So they got a little bit of Little League. I think it's called Little League, right? Not sure, guys. There we go. Got a nice little park, which looks hilarious because there's no grass to this park, which is actually quite fitting. And the only bit of greenery is this little baseball field. Nice. Okay then, so people will slowly move in. We got a little bit of industry growing right now. Got these commercial buildings and whatnot along the train tracks, which look pretty cool. Houses are coming in as well, which look nice. So the residential, it's already took all of our residential growth. And what is the unemployment like at this point? 5%. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So why don't we get some more rocks in then? So let's move away from those rocks and kind of look at these rocks. So they're too small. I feel like I need more rock assets, because I ain't got much to choose from, have I, to be honest. I like, you know, you see Wild West films and you see these kind of rock formations in the distance. They do kind of look cool, don't they? Right. Now, do we go for a small little lazy river, or should we just keep... I think we should just keep it completely dry. Yeah. Maybe dot the odd palm tree around. Up the brush size a bit. Because you kind of do see that slightly where there's like a small town. There's like vegetation around it. To a certain degree. And then we have, what are these? Yeah, the palm plants. How small are these? Oh, they will work wonderfully. Get those in the little nooks and crannies and gaps. We have small bushes, large bushes. Get a couple of small bushes in if we can. Do a slightly larger brush size to kind of fill in that there. So, a couple of little bushes. And I think that's as far as we want to take this small little town. I like this. I don't know why. I just kind of like it. I like the old abandoned railway running through the middle, which I find pretty cool too. Yeah, a couple of people are now moving in. Vehicles are on their way. I'm not sure how much they're going to complain about. There's not enough workers or whatnot. But let's kind of quickly create a small little district. Lafayette Heights. Okay, but we'll go with that. Is there any policies I can throw in it that would kind of benefit this area? I mean, what would we even do to it, to be honest? Taxation. City planning. So we could do maybe high-rise ban. There we go. We can encourage biking. Yeah, I think that's kind of all we want to go for now. So I'm not sure how many people you see. Oh, okay, but see biking, but then again, you see someone biking there. This is cool. I love the train tracks going across the road, man. It kind of adds something different to it, doesn't it? So we still got a lot of residential zoning to be built yet. So that's pretty cool. And we got 5 overeducated workers there already. So I'm like, I like this little place. I don't know what it is about it, but don't you think it's kind of cool? I like it. I like it. Lafayette Heights. I don't know whether we'll keep that name or not. I'm not too sure. Can we benefit anywhere with little paths and stuff? Maybe we could. Let's take a look what like a dirt path would look like. So, for example, if I took that there, let's kind of bend all this. So a little path there bends around, so it's a nice little short walk there. Do the same to this. So keep it simple and easy. Nothing too crazy. Where else could benefit from something like this? Maybe do something here. So you don't really see it that much, but when places that you do see it, it kind of works wonderfully. Nice. Nice little one there. Throw that down. I don't feel like we need any more, to be honest. I mean, maybe we could do something just there. What's cool as well, because we have that little gravel, I mean, we've got like a dirt gravel road, you can almost borderline use it to kind of create markings. So this looks like trail and dirt paths, which is quite cool as well. I like that. If I stop that there, It's like trails that people walk on. That's actually kind of dope. I like it. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that kind of idea of that design using the dirt paths. Alrighty. I see. Right. So how's the growth coming along then? So we've still got some more residential over here to continue. Alright, we'll keep it up with that, boys. Keep it going with that. So vehicles are still coming in, thick and fast. It's just, it feels so relaxed on this side. There is someone parked across the train tracks. He's parked. It just feels, yeah, it just really feels relaxed in this area. It's a shame we can't really find out what the population of this whole area is, because that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool to know. Do you think it's worth maybe zoning a couple more larger houses? I'm not trying to bulk up the population too much, but just try and get the economy ticking along over here. What's it saying over here? Citizens are sick. Oh, services. We forgot about those. Now the cool thing is we can do kind of like small stuff because it would supplement it. But even this might be a bit too big. So what other like mods do they have? Community swimming pool, hole in gymnasium, small clinic. That's perfect. A small clinic is actually quite perfect for this area. It's just, where do I stick it? That's the next question. Right, I'm thinking I could squeeze it in just there. I could squeeze it in there. Small clinic just there. There we go. That will treat these guys. Well, we got some death already. People are dying in this area already. Holy moly, boys. Crematorium. We'll have it slightly out the way. We'll put it up here. Crematorium. Nice. We need some police and some fire then. So we've got the fire first. And all I've really got is like huge, large buildings apart from this smaller one here. So I'm going to steal some of the industrial area to place down this beautiful fire department. Kind of goes with the area, so it doesn't actually ruin anything too much. So that kind of works. And then policing. Now I do have like a small police thing, don't I? I'm sure I do. Police headquarters. No, it's the fire one, don't it? We have like the Ghostbusters one, but I don't want that. Oh, that's kind of large. Kind of large. I mean, I have the standard one. Dulux police station. Prison. Oh my. Oh, we don't have a prison in FoolTopia, do we? Right, police station. Where are we sticking ya? What? Now it could squeeze in here somewhere. Do you know what? We'll squeeze it in just there, so it kind of doesn't ruin any of the landscapes or whatnot. And that's quite cool. I like this area, guys. Let me know what you think to it in the comment section down below, but I kind of like this area. Did it provide more employment? Do you know what? I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. I don't know if it did or not. But yeah, I like it. I like this area. There's people playing baseball right now. Someone just drove their car off the baseball field. How dare you? Yeah, this is dope, man. I do like the train track going through. Nice! Imagine if he built a city like in this kind of method. Oh, man. That's a new series idea. Right, I don't... It's like, I want to do lots of things to it, but I don't want to ruin it, if that makes sense. That's how I feel with this at the moment. Right, is all the residential, like, being built grown and stuff? There is no patches. No. We'll do 1 or 2 more. In the neighborhood. Okay, and that's it. That's then where we call it a day at this point. So traffic coming in and out. How is this intersection? Now, this has been used a little bit more, but obviously not too much. You don't really see much going on. So that's kind of dope. Now, do we build up this whole place on an industry? Like, we could throw in a unique factory that they build upon. Like, that's the whole reason this town is here. But I don't know what it would be. Toy factory. I still gotta get that other industry in. We gotta look at doing that at some point. But I think we're gonna end it for here, guys, then. So, small improvements. Something small, something unique in this whole little place. Lafayette. Heights. If you got any better name sessions for it, guys, let me know in the comment section. We might keep it to that. I don't know. But I like the train that goes through. I think we've got to connect it up to a train tracks and have something run through it at some point. Just to utilize the train going by. That would be kind of dope, wouldn't it? It kind of would. But guys, we're going to end it for here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, good.